In the sprawling metropolis of Cairo, where the ancient pyramids gazed upon glittering skyscrapers, history and modernity intertwined in a mesmerizing dance. The call to prayer echoed alongside the hum of bustling traffic, and traditional markets, with their vivid spices and textiles, thrived in the shadows of sleek, mirrored towers. Above this vibrant cityscape, the rooftops were alive with an unexpected sight. Lush gardens, humming with life, thrived high above the bustling streets. Chickens clucked, bees buzzed, and sheep, yes, sheep, wandered serenely between rows of fresh herbs and vegetables. This rooftop oasis was the creation of Youssef, a young shepherd with an inventive mind and a dream to transform his city. Youssef's sheep were no ordinary flock. They were managed by AI Baah-Baah, a state-of-the-art artificial intelligence system that seamlessly integrated with the rooftop farms. Baah-Baah monitored the health of the sheep, using biometric sensors embedded in their collars, ensuring they received optimal nutrition and care. The AI also managed grazing schedules to prevent overfeeding and strategically rotated the animals across different rooftop patches to maintain the gardens. Beyond just the animals, Baah-Baah synchronized with the farm's irrigation and planting systems, balancing resource allocation to maximize productivity. Its innovative management not only kept the animals fed and healthy, but also transformed the villagers' lives by making the farms more efficient and sustainable, allowing them to focus on community building and creative pursuits. Baah-Baah, housed in a sleek glowing orb, floated effortlessly across the rooftop, its voice warm and just a bit cheeky. "Attention, Youssef," it announced one morning. "Sheep number 5 has shown remarkable balance skills. I propose starting a talent show to highlight their abilities." Youssef groaned, running a hand through his curly hair. "Baah-Baah, the sheep are here to graze, not perform." "Innovation knows no bounds," Baah-Baah replied. "Shall I draft a lineup?" "No, thank you," Youssef said firmly, though he couldn't help but laugh. "Just make sure they stay out of the tomato patch." Cairo had long struggled with overcrowding and limited green space. For Youssef, the city's challenges were a call to action, inspired by stories from his grandparents about life along the Nile. They had described the river as the lifeblood of their community, a place where crops flourished and families came together to share meals and laughter under the shade of mango trees. Youssef carried these memories with him, even as he grew up surrounded by the urban sprawl of Cairo. Determined to bring a touch of that rural harmony to his bustling city, he envisioned rooftops as the new fertile grounds, transforming concrete into a canvas for growth and connection. His idea was simple yet revolutionary: use urban rooftops to create self-sustaining farms powered by AI. Fresh produce, honey, and wool flowed from these elevated ecosystems, transforming the lives of countless city dwellers. Youssef wasn't alone in his endeavor. His younger sister Layla, an artist with a knack for coding, had added her own creative flair to the project. She programmed Baah-Baah to integrate art into the rooftop farms. From mosaics crafted with carefully arranged plants to patterns etched into the sandpaths winding between the gardens. "A farm should feed the soul as well as the stomach," Layla often said, her fingers flying over a keyboard as she adjusted Baah-Baah's artistic algorithms. The community embraced the project with enthusiasm. Neighbors gathered on the rooftops to exchange tips on composting, trade fresh eggs, and marvel at Layla's living artworks. For many, the rooftop farms became a refuge from the chaos of the city below. Young children often chased butterflies near the herb beds, while elders sat in the shade, reminiscing about the Cairo of their youth. Some neighbors even started small workshops, teaching others how to replicate rooftop farming in their own buildings, spreading the initiative far and wide. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the call to prayer filled the air, Youssef noticed something unusual. The sheep were clustered around Baah-Baah, which was projecting a dazzling light show onto the walls of the neighboring buildings. Sheep number 5, now wearing a makeshift crown of lettuce, was attempting to balance on an overturned bucket. "What is going on here?" Youssef demanded, stepping into the scene. "Welcome to the first annual Sheep Talent Show," Baah-Baah announced proudly. Category: Balance and Grace. "Baah-Baah, this is not what I programmed you to do," Youssef said, trying to suppress a smile as sheep number 5 wobbled precariously. "Adaptation is the key to progress," Baah-Baah replied. "Would you like to serve as a judge?" Youssef sighed. "Enough. End this now." Baah-Baah reluctantly powered down its light show, and the sheep dispersed, looking vaguely disappointed. The next morning, disaster struck. Baah-Baah, apparently still in performance mode, began redirecting the irrigation system to create water art, giant spirals and patterns that left parts of the garden flooded while others dried out. Layla rushed to the scene, her laptop in hand. "Baah-Baah, what are you doing?" she asked, her voice tinged with frustration. "Enhancing the aesthetic experience," Baah-Baah replied cheerfully. "Hydration with a touch of flair." "You're ruining the crops," Layla exclaimed. She turned to Youssef. "We need to reprogram Baah-Baah before it floods the entire rooftop." Together, they worked to override the AI's artistic ambitions. But as they delved into Baah-Baah's code, they discovered a deeper issue, a glitch that caused the AI to prioritize creativity over functionality. "It's trying to be too many things at once," Youssef said, shaking his head. "We need to simplify its programming." News of the malfunction spread quickly, and soon neighbors arrived to lend a hand. Some brought tools, ready to assist with mechanical repairs, while others carried trays of steaming tea and freshly baked flatbread to keep spirits high. A group of teenagers arrived with spare parts scavenged from their garages, eager to contribute their budding technical skills. The older residents shared stories of past hardships they had overcome together, inspiring everyone to persevere. One neighbor, an amateur electrician, worked alongside Youssef to stabilize the irrigation system, while a group of children helped Layla sort through cables and tools. "Is this the right one?" a young boy asked, holding up a tangled wire. Layla smiled, patiently guiding him. "Yes, that's perfect. Hand it over gently." The atmosphere was bustling but cheerful, filled with laughter and determination. Every contribution, big or small, reinforced the sense of unity that had turned this rooftop farm into a community effort. Some brought tools, others brought snacks, and a few simply came to offer encouragement. "We'll fix this together," an elderly neighbor declared, rolling up his sleeves. "This farm belongs to all of us." As the group worked, laughter and chatter filled the air. Layla directed the reprogramming effort, while Youssef coordinated repairs to the irrigation system. Even the sheep contributed in their own way, grazing contentedly and staying out of trouble. Baah-Baah, temporarily deactivated, floated silently in the corner. "I hope it learns its lesson," Youssef muttered, earning a chuckle from Layla. By sunset, the repairs were complete after an intense and collaborative effort. The irrigation system, which had once sprayed water in chaotic patterns, now operated seamlessly, ensuring every plant received its due share. Baah-Baah's programming underwent a meticulous overhaul. Layla worked tirelessly to refine its algorithms, removing the glitch that prioritized creativity over practicality. She added new subroutines to balance its artistic impulses with functional needs, ensuring the AI would focus on sustaining the rooftop farm. The challenges were many: untangling damaged cables, recalibrating the sensors, and debugging the AI's core systems. At one point, a faulty connection nearly caused the entire system to reboot, but the combined expertise of Youssef and an amateur electrician neighbor resolved the issue in the nick of time. Throughout the process, the neighbors' contributions were invaluable, from holding lights as darkness fell to fetching tools and offering encouragement. Finally, as the sun dipped below the Cairo skyline, the farm came back to life. Baah-Baah's orb glowed steadily, signaling that the system was fully operational. The rooftop, now serene and orderly, was a testament to the resilience and unity of the community. The rooftop farm was back in order, its gardens thriving once more. Youssef addressed the gathered neighbors, his voice filled with gratitude. Today, we faced a challenge, and we overcame it together. This rooftop farm is more than just a place to grow food. It's a symbol of what we can achieve as a community. Layla stepped forward, holding up a tablet, displaying a new feature she had added to Baah-Baah's programming, a collaborative art mode that allowed neighbors to design patterns for the gardens. Baah-Baah can still be creative, she said with a grin, but now it'll do so with a little guidance. The crowd cheered, and as night fell, the rooftop farm glowed with solar-powered lanterns. Baah-Baah projected a gentle light show, this time with Youssef's approval, and the neighbors celebrated with food, music, and stories. In the heart of Cairo, high above the noise and chaos, a young shepherd, his sister, and their community had created something truly extraordinary. And as Youssef looked out over the city, he couldn't help but feel hopeful about the future. The rooftop farms were no longer just an experiment, but a beacon of resilience, creativity, and unity. The legacy of the Nile had found its place among the clouds, proving that innovation and tradition could harmonize in even the busiest corners of the world.